welcome to Santa Barbara Navy League TV. We hope that you'll be able to sit back and enjoy the coming show that is going to feature the men and women of the USS Stockdale, the newest ship to be commissioned in the United States Navy. Co-hosted by the Santa Barbara Navy League at Naval Base Ventura County, we expect to see over 4,000 people attend the commissioning and to be able to host a number of events surrounding the commissioning, which will provide fun and entertainment, improve morale and welfare, provide some recreation for the people who have worked so hard bringing the USS Stockdale to the point where it is now about to be entered into the U.S. Navy. We hope that you will enjoy the show and that you will join us at the Santa Barbara Navy League in hosting this ship and these men and women when they come to their adopted city later in the year.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
And what's your duties aboard the ship?
In IT, so I work in external communications. I keep all the internet running.
Ah, the most important man on the ship. Do you have anything special planned in the next 4 days?
Just commissioning.
Yeah.
I'm going on the tour of the Presidential Library.
Oh yeah. That's tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, thanks for talking to me.
You're welcome. Let's go aboard. Sure, go aboard.
Attention on deck.
Hi everybody, how are ya? Everybody doing okay? I'll get in the middle here. Carry on everybody. How are ya?
Fly by.
Hey, thank you all for joining us on this drive. When I think about the fact that Admiral Stockdale was one of our great Navy heroes and icons and called Southern California home for really the broader part of 5 decades. And Mrs. Stockdale lives right across the way. Sir, how are you?
Good.
When I think about that, so the fact that you're going to join us here in San Diego and then take us up to the place where the ship's going to be put into the, in the Navy line for warships, I couldn't think of a more fitting group of people to come join us. So thank you all for being here. You are going to get a little safety overview from everyone. That is not designed to restrict you. We want you to see this ship. I mean, let's be honest, you all paid for it. You're going to pay for a little bit more of it in a couple days, so we deeply appreciate your, not only the financial resources that the American people provide us, but really sort of the spiritual and patriotic fuel that you give us, particularly this great group. So thank you all for being here. We want you to see anything that you want to see. If there's a door that's locked, it's probably locked for a reason. But if there's something that we can work through and we can try to get the yes on, we will get the yes, and you make sure to talk to MA1 or XO or ultimately me, and we'll try to make that work for you, because we want to share this great ship and, just as importantly, share our great sailors with all of you. For the safety issues, that it's not real complicated. You'll get walked through that as well. One of our big rules is not wandering around the top side at dark. I know we have a number of both Navy vets and also folks who've probably been on a number of these rides before, but boy, it'd be an awful sad thing if we lost one of this great group. I'd be sad to lose anybody, but this would be a real downer if we pulled into Port Hueneme with one less special rider than we came with. So with that, I again hope you have a great day. I'm going to eventually make myself a little bit scarce because we're going to transition pretty quickly into getting this beautiful ship underway. Know that I am deeply appreciative for those of you who are part of the Santa Barbara chapter of the Navy League for your efforts to host our ship up north as we get ready for this big event. But also I'm just very grateful that you'd be willing to take time on what's obviously a busy week for many of us to come up and share a little bit of our time in your lifetime, and time, the most precious resource we all have, to see our sailors and see this great ship named after one of the greatest Navy heroes that we have. And what I'll leave you with is what I leave with my crew members. I said we are on the newest and most capable warship named after one of our Navy's greatest heroes, and we're home ported in what I think is the greatest home port the Navy had. Hard not to have a smile on your face when you think about that every morning. So thank you all for joining us. Great to see you all. I look forward to meeting you all individually. It's just a pleasure to have you, Captain. Really a particular pleasure to have you with us. But every one of you are important to us, and we're glad that you're all here. Have a great day.
Special DNA detail. The ship expects to get underway at 1500. All departments make ready reports.
I just want to make sure I want to get everybody a place they can be comfortable and get rid of their stuff so you can walk around and enjoy the ship. Cash. You're taking cash down in the store, right?
And we talked to right here about it, how it's going to work out.
Is that a yes?
But yeah, you can take cash.
Okay.
And we'll figure this out.
Okay. We've got a little bit of we've got a system on board that's just called Navy Cash, where everybody's been issued a little card. It's a little bit trickier for folks who come on board that don't have cards. So what we'll do is down on the ship store, if you guys want a snack or memorabilia or whatever from down there, they'll have an extra card, so you can just pay them in cash. If you want something with a vending machine, how are we going to work that, Disbo?
That's the one for the vending machines. I'm going to assign a card to whoever really needs one. I have enough cards for everyone.
Okay.
But if they only want to have one, I can give one to the leader. And
okay. Do you want to come down to dispersing and talk to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you want a cash card to get stuff out of the vending machine, sodas or snacks or whatever, please just ask any of the sailors to see around and say, hey, can you show me where to find dispersing? We'll take you there and you can get a card from our dispersing officer. Put money on it. Okay. Otherwise, in the ship store, you can just use cash. We're not going to be underway that long, so hopefully nobody's got a severe case of the munchies. We feed pretty well, so hopefully won't be any problems. As far as meals, everyone here is invited to eat on the in the wardroom if you like. I caution you that the wait may be just a little bit long because we've got so many folks. So if you want to eat in the wardroom, you're welcome. If you prefer to eat down on the mess decks, which is where most of the crew eats, then you're welcome to eat there as well. It'll be a little bit faster on the mess decks. Up in the wardroom, of course, is where you would tell the officers. It's your choice. Eat in either location. Meal hours tonight will start at 1600 at 4 o'clock and go all the way until 17:30.
From the airport today to the firehouse.
Breakfast tomorrow goes from 6 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock. Okay. Any questions from any that I can help you guys out with at all? For that, I think we'll do. Yes, sir.
What's the number of the ship?
283. Yep. This is our Master Chief Jeff Dowey. Anything like to add, Master Chief?
If there's anything you need at all, don't hesitate to ask. And I'll open up the Chief's mess if you'd like to come down and eat with the Chiefs, where their heart of the ship is.
That's food, right?
That's food. Okay.
All right, and with that, we'll split everybody up roughly into sections where everybody's going to be staying, so we can take it to your spots. So, everyone, can you take everybody down to berthing 6?
I think you brought more than I did.
we didn't limit who could get on, who couldn't get on the access.
Which doesn't matter whether it was up or not.
Right, and then so, at one point we did limit down to department head and above for access when we had very limited. We went down to I think it was not 512, 256K.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, that's all the bandwidth we had. So it was like 2 of us got on and it was tied up. Goes out and we get any updates or anything that come along with that. And then they're also looking at certain time of the night where they can upload information. You know, when it's like 0200, 0300, nobody's really up, right? Except for those on watch. So they're looking at maybe uploading it during that time frame. But once we get SHF, we should be better with the bandwidth than we definitely are now.
I remember I talked to Skipper Kirk a couple years ago after.
You want by? Okay. When I was on the carrier, it was after 2000 at night, anybody can get on. But up till 2000, it was strictly the chiefs and the officers for doing daily business. And some first classes, they were doing ship's business. Yeah, it's limited. So.
The day finally came. They told us we were going home. I'd wondered about that day for years, because by this time we had figured out that one of the strongest things we had in that prison camp was unity. Who would betray the unity? Who would go for the quick fix? And we had some who did. I'm sorry to tell you. We had some who did. We had a total of 12 guys. Doug Hagel, the sailor, was the only one of the 12 that was given direct order to come home early. We had 11 of the prisoners of war who didn't believe unity above self. They believed self above anything. And they accepted the early release, and they came home before the rest of us. So it was time to go home. The war ended. We were trading prisoners. There were about 10,000 of them traded for 591 of us. And the first we knew of it, and I wondered for years how we would find out, how would we know, really? Because they tried to trick us several times. They said, here, sign this confession and we'll send you home. And we found it early on that there wasn't any way to get home. As a matter of fact, and even the guys that gave in to them didn't go home, many of them. And so we were very skeptical of anything they did. Well, in comes the camp commander, the rat, we call this guy. He'd been in charge of our torture. The guy even looked like a rat. He opened the cell door wider than ever been opened, and he said, today's the day you're going home. The war is over, we are trading prisoners, get on the bus. It's outside the gate. And I wondered what would happen. Would we cry? Would we cheer? Would we hug and kiss anybody else? I was a very junior guy in that prison system. I was a JG. And there were many lieutenants and lieutenant commanders and even commanders. And the Air Force had lieutenant colonels and colonels in there. And so I was a very junior guy, and I'm watching and waiting how this is going to play out. Would we cry? Would we cheer? Would we hug and kiss everybody around us? Nobody moved. Our senior man, Lieutenant Commander Jim Peary, stood up, and he faced the camp commander. And as we had been forced to do all those years, he made a very low ceremonious bow, and he squared his jaw, and he said, sir, we're not going home until all the sick, injured, and enlisted men had left this camp. And the camp commander hauled him out of there and put him in a stockade and came back to the rest of us. Said, your senior guy has gone crazy, but the rest of you will not be penalized for what your senior man just did. And we said, no, we can't go. So he produced a manifest. The first plane load of guys. It was signed at the bottom by an ambassador. It was very clear that these guys had gone. We knew those names. That was our prayer list, the sick, injured, enlisted men among us. They were gone. Now it was our turn. Still no rush for the bus. Still no crying or cheering or hugging and kissing anybody else. You know, it wasn't until we finally climbed aboard that airplane, it wasn't until we rolled down the runway, it wasn't really until we finally lifted off into Missoula, we all broke loose and started hugging and kissing the Air Force nurses. 90 minutes later, I was putting these feet on free soil, Clark Air Force Base in the Philippines. I called my parents back in Kansas. What has happened to my wife? They said she hung on for 5 years, and then just 3 months ago, your wife filed for divorce. She's engaged to another guy. I spent the next 2 weeks at Great Lakes Naval Hospital near Chicago. I felt strong. You know, I had just overcome this big-time problem in my life. I'm wondering, okay, now what do I do? But I got it all figured out. I'm going to go to some little town in the middle of nowhere where they've never heard of Charlie Plum. If they have, I'll change my name, because I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to forget that POW experience. Then we had a little conference in the basement of that hospital. It was a press conference, because I was the first guy back to the Midwest. Everybody wanted to know the story. So I told my story. On the way back up to my hospital room, just as the elevator doors closed, a young reporter slipped in, and I found myself face to face with this guy. That he had lines of anguish in his brow and tears in his eyes, and he said, Mr. Plum, you really got to me in there. He said, man, I've had a miserable year. My family is falling apart. My job is terrible. He said, I even wondered if I wanted to go on living. He said, you've given me hope. You've given me hope. Suddenly, I saw some value in my experience. Suddenly, it was a time in my life that I couldn't forget. that I needed to use for good. So I wrote a book, my autobiography. It's called I'm No Hero, and when I see you on Friday and Saturday, I'll put one in your library here. You can read the rest of the story. And I started to promote this book around the country, getting a lot of really interesting response, especially from the media. They couldn't figure out. The media would ask me, how do you go through something like that and come back like this? My response was, the reason I came back like this is because I went through something like that. You and I are, figure this out, who we are today because of the challenges we have faced and the choices we've made. Certainly not because of good times. That doesn't build any character. Connie Chung once asked me, but Charlie, aren't you ever depressed? I said, no, Connie. She said, that's depressing. I then shared with Connie Chung, as I will share with this crew, hey, I have my frustrations in life, just like you do. I have deals that don't work. I have airplanes that leave without me, but I have one advantage nobody in here has. I listen to this speech twice a week. Please don't misunderstand the final part. I'm really flattered and honored to take an hour of your time and share some of the things that I think Jim Stockdale would want me to share with you. I'm flattered and honored that I might challenge you to be the ambassadors, to project not just your firepower of this ship, okay, but to project the legacy of Jim and Sybil Stockdale. Because they were and are the true heroes. They set the bar, and they set it pretty high. And if you and I can just, if we can just achieve a part, just a small part, as a matter of fact, of that greatness, that success, that value that they have, then we will have done our job for the Navy and for this country, that's for sure. You are world class, no question about that. But don't ever mistake the greatness and the power of this ship as being the most important part. The most important part of the ship is the integrity of the crew. You are the plank owners, but you won't always be the crew of this ship. And I hope that you can pass along the things that I've talked to you about. I hope that you will pass along the vision that Jim Stockdale and Sybil Stockdale had. I hope you'll pass along the things you'll learn from the other ex-POWs that knew Jim well. I think that it'll be easy for you to project not only the firepower, but this message of integrity, because that's a vital part of who you are and what you do. I also hope that you'll keep those parachutes packed with the hope, the faith, the integrity, the will to live. And if you do all those things, you can do anything you set your mind to do. Great being with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Folks, hard to say it any better than that. But when we think about being stripped bare of the trappings and achievements that the modern world often overvalues, that's really where inner strength and character come to the fore, and we see example of that right here today. I think of a comment that Napoleon made. He said, leaders are dealers of hope. This gentleman has taught us a little bit about hope, and I hope that every one of you, as you go forth, remember that, and please be hopeful. And thank you again, sir, for a wonderful, wonderful talk. And I think we all leave feeling a little bit closer to our namesake, Admiral Stockdale, of course, his wonderful wife, Sybil, who we saw just a little bit earlier this week. So one last round of applause for a genuine American hero.
Laughed at my jokes and everything, you know.
Thanks again. Do you want to stay here and chat?
All engines ahead, 1/3 for 2 knots.
ones right here are just to let us know what designation, where we're going to, what pier, and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
all right, go ahead.
What's your name?
MA1 Santana. So what they're putting up now is they're getting ready to put up our designation flags, which lets other ships around us know what pier we're going to. So they're going to be flying Desig Papa 3, which means Desig Pier 3. They're flying it on the port side because we're going to go pier side, port side. So that way everybody knows what side we're going to be putting the ship on and exactly where we're going to.
What's your name?
MA1 Santana, Monroe, Washington. I'm the Command Master Arms for the USS Stockdale. I provide force protection. I deal with the rules and regulation, enforce them, make sure everybody's complying, and make sure that we uphold the standards on board the USS Stockdale that everybody already upholds. I want to say hello to my wife, Takako, and my daughters, Rihanna and Elena, my mom and my dad. All right, the flags that we're putting up now is our international call signs, which stands for, the first flag is November, Juliet, Bravo, Sierra, which stands for November is the international flag that all U.S. Navy ships fly. Then after that, James B. Stockdale, for James Bond Stockdale, is our international call signs.
This is PS3 Martelli, USS Stockdale. I'm from actually a place called Vineland, New Jersey, East Coast.
And what's your duties aboard this ship?
I'm personnel specialist. I'm admin department. I'm also collateral duty signalman, and just enjoy being here. I just go enjoy the festivities and the activities that are going on. Looking forward to the commissioning. It's been a long time coming, so we're all excited.
Would you like to give a shout out to your hometown or anybody?
Hey Brenda, hey Mom, Dad, how you guys doing? Leanne, family.
Great. So what's your name?
My name is PS3 Aguilar.
And what's your duties aboard?
My duties on board, I'm a dispersing agent at the dispersing office. I take care of all pay and allowances on the ship.
How long you been on board?
I've been on board since September of last year.
And where's your hometown?
My hometown is El Paso, Texas.
All right. You got anything special planned for the next week, 4 days?
Pretty much just enjoy the commissioning and hopefully spend some time with my family when we come down.
Great. You want to shout out to anybody?
Hi Mom, Dad, baby, kids, I love you.
And engine space. Yeah, it's a good time.
Good.
Long time coming. Finally commissioned her.
It'll be fun, huh?
Oh yeah, we've been waiting for a while. I've been with the ship for so long. It's just like.
Well, was she out of
Bath, Maine? She was out of Bath, Maine.
In January?
Well, I was there when they first laid her into the water. I remember they put her in dry dock and stopped filling her up. And it was like, when you saw this ship, you didn't think it was a ship, you thought it was a ghost ship. It was.
And then I looked out and everybody else's heads were popped out of their ranks, and I'm like, what was that? We're like, I think that was the ice. And as soon as you said that, bang, and scraping along the side of the ship, we're like, oh my gosh. This is like something out of Titanic.
Icebreaker.
It was fun though. Maine was an interesting place. One night we had like 2.5 feet of snow. So we had to get the snow off the ship. We can't have it on the ship. So every 2 hours we were mustering to shovel snow and get it off the ship. As soon as we started going down that river, I mean, you felt it. I mean, you were just like, you got a little emotional because you were like, we're finally out of here. Finally, and we got to Virginia, and it was only like 50 degrees. I mean, it was like we wanted to run around in t-shirt and shorts.
Sure you want to interview me?
Sure. Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
What's your name?
I'm Samuel Root, or STG2 Root.
Where are you from?
I'm in military, so I guess I'm from California. I've lived there the most, but I'm not really from anywhere.
Are you saying you had a military family and you traveled a lot, huh?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
My duties on board, I'm the work center soup of CA01. So I'm in charge of all the maintenance that gets done. I keep the 43 Papa 1 and the MRC deck up to date and make sure that everything is correct and that maintenance is getting done for the week. Right here is 13-week report. When my maintenance people get stuff completed, they exit out and they sign off. My family's coming down from Houston, so I'll probably do something with them.
Great.
My name is FC2 Judy.
Cool. So yeah, how do I get to the top side?
You're gonna go down this P-way here, hang a right, go all the way down. You're gonna see a set of doors that is secured. You're gonna take a right before those doors across the galley, take a left, and keep going forward on the ship, and then go up a set of stairs. You're gonna come back aft. You just make a full turn around, go back aft, and there'll be a door there that's gonna say, I forget what the door says. It's the decontamination station. I believe the door says decontamination station. You're gonna go through that, and it'll take you out.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Play videotape it so you can make sure you watch it later and figure it out.
Yeah, you have to replay it back.
Here, you know what, sir? I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you. This guy's got his
500 foot. 500 feet.
Yes, I believe so. 518. Almost 7.
How many crew?
Right now we are right about 290. I have not seen a muster. We've had so many people come and go in the last 2 weeks that I'd have to check.
Smells good.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Doing good. You know what? Look, they didn't even go the easy way there. Even I have to guess. I gotta shut this one.
What's your name?
My name is PS2 Rodriguez.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, yeah.
Okay. See you guys soon. Wow. So it's probably the best bet.
Yep.
That way's the foremost part getting folks all up here. This is midships, but you'll be able to see more from the O2 level instead of O1. The line handlers back here if you were going to film any of that.
You say you don't need no light flags.
Oh! God damn.
Somebody paint this paint job gone horribly wrong. So we gotta get this all fixed up. I haven't exactly got the time yet.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out San Diego first.
Yeah, that's right.
I keep getting lost out there.
You gonna go to the Reagan Library?
No, I'll be cooking at that time. We'll have I go to another Comrail community service thing. It's a cook for the homeless or residents or something like that. So I'll be out doing that. A couple other guys from the shop, a couple other DCs, they'll be out there doing that. It's a pretty good time. I heard some good things about the Reagan Library. I wanted to go check it out, but my parents will be coming up here. I'm sure they'll go check it out. Tell me about it or I'll come back.
Good. They're from Texas too?
Yes,
yeah.
Flying in from San Antonio. They'll be up there tomorrow.
Oh, good.
I've never been up this way. How's Santa Barbara?
That's very nice, yeah. Very nice. It's kind of a real casual town.
I'll show you around up there. Hey, there's a Oh. Okay, well this is regular firefighting equipment. Of course, you got helmets. We got helmets outside as well, a couple boots and stuff like that. And then some training gear. Dragger tubes, that's to test different chemicals in our air while in our SCBA packs. And then look over here, these are the maps we use. The SCBAs, you got the head harness, and then that's your little speakerphone, right, your little amplifier. And then kits for different people too. Electricians kits, they can go and electrically isolate the space. If you got flooding, you know you can't have electricity and water, definitely don't mix. Investigators, so they can check out things. Plugging, pipe patching, shoring. And then over here, this is just where everybody else would stand, just to make sure, just to coordinate the scene wherever we are. You can come in here and we've got maps of the ship up in here. And then, that's all.
What is that device? I guess
that's for the rain fan. We use that for de-smoking. That's just so we can hook up to trunks and we can take the air outside. And then all up in here, this is emergency breathing kits for any kind of toxic gas scenario. And keep spare bottles in here and
oxygen.
as well as radios and just absolutely everything we need for any kind of repairs. Welding kits, cutting kits, absolutely everything.
What's the worst type of condition to try to control?
It depends on just how bad it is. Sometimes like it can kind of leapfrog each other, or call it I forget the word, but it'll keep going, escalating casualties. One thing leads to another, and makes it gets worse. And then we'll go general quarters and fix the whole boat. But I know fires can get pretty bad. They spread through electrical cables and ventilation. That's pretty bad. And flooding, of course, because it can tilt the ship and then cause further flooding. So it depends on the severity. It's kind of what it is.
I guess battle damage is probably pretty severe too.
It is.
Really...
That's why everybody's trained on a basic level of damage control, and that myself and Fireman Jackson, we're escalated knowledge, right? So we lead them. That's pretty much it, sir.
San Antonio?
Yes.
What's your name?
Justin Krushak.
And your duties aboard?
Just fireman, general fire knowledge and stuff like that.
Your hometown?
Yeah, pretty much anything that could sink the boat, we gotta take care of it. But other than that, nothing bad. Ship's been an excellent ship so far, and we just maintain equipment. It's been a good time. Definitely love it out to sea and get that good rock. Did you get a good sleep last night?
Yeah.
That rocking and puts you to sleep. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Fireman Jackson.
Where's your hometown?
Florida, Tallahassee, Florida.
All right. You guys gonna go on the town?
Yeah, I plan on doing the Habitat for Humanity.
Oh yeah, what day is that? Today?
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely going out in town tonight to check out Santa Barbara. Yeah, I hear it's pretty.
You guys got a curfew you gotta be back at? No?
Actually, I don't believe, not stateside. We're in the States now. I don't think we have to worry about it. We just have to be back by like 07 tomorrow morning. Make sure we're back to work. That's about it. As long as you're back to work tomorrow, you're good.
What's your name?
King. Fayetteville, Tennessee. That's where I'm from originally.
So what's your duty on board?
I'm a GM.
What's that like?
What's that?
What's that like?
It's fun. Just work with guns.
Do these guns or more than these?
Oh, I work in 5-inch, the one up forward. 5-inch gun.
5-inch gun.
Pretty much the biggest gun on the ship. It's what I work on basically. Oh no.
What is that?
It's way up forward. It's on the forecastle. It's one of, well, that ship doesn't have one. See that gun on the front?
Is it a 50 cal or is it a...
Yes, 50 cal. M2 HB.
And so, what's that, your communications?
Yes, we have sound powered phones. Or actually we're on the net, so yeah. Never, I mean this is my first ship. Pretty excited.
I'm Seaman Labaki, CSA Labaki. I'm from West Covina, California. Well, my main duty is I'm a cook, so I'm one of the main cooks for the crew. And my secondary duty is I'm a rescue swimmer, so I'm here to save people if anyone goes overboard. So those are my main duties for the ship.
You don't go by chef here?
No, just cook. Call me CSSA Labaki. It's culinary specialist, seaman apprentice. That's all.
Yeah. So how's rescue swimming?
It's good. It was a tough 4 weeks to go through. It's all mental basically, and as long as I pushed myself to the limit, I made it. It was really hard, but I mean, my family, my friends, and everyone pretty much encouraged me, and I made it through the toughest weeks. I had tough times in there, but I had to do it, and for everybody who didn't believe that I was going to do it, I just did it. I used to be a wrestler in high school, so that pretty much put me up top with the challenges. And
what was your weight class?
I was 152 pounds.
Cool.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Fireman Ginicakis, Washington State, Bremerton.
And what's your duties aboard?
GSM, gas turbine system mechanical technician. It's basically the engine that drives the ship. I'm standing aft lookout, checking for surface contacts, air contacts.
How long are you on this detail?
It's a 5-hour watch.
Oh yeah.
There's 3 watch standards. We rotate every hour. There's I'm gonna go helmsman next, drive the ship, and then forward lookout. All 3 of us rotate every hour. They let you down there yet?
I don't know where it is. I've learned to go from the mess to my bunk and back and forth. That's about it.
That's what I got the first time too.
Yeah.
First week here, that's about all I could do. About 5 months. We're one of the newer guys.
Oh, okay. Did you pick it up in Maine or something?
Yeah, I was in Maine.
Okay.
Cold Maine.
How long you been in the service?
Coming up my year mark this month, or May.
And how long you got till?
Till 2012, May. So just starting.
And see what happens then when you get there, right? Yeah, cool. Great, well thanks for talking to me.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good. What's your name?
Adrian Rubel. Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, that's nice. You guys enjoying San Diego weather?
Yeah, I'm from San Diego.
Oh, you're lucky. Yeah. You're lucky. Yeah, it's definitely beautiful. Not today. Don't know what's going on today. A little too much wind for me.
Is it going to be windy out there?
Oh yeah, it definitely picks up a lot when you get out to sea. So hopefully we won't be standing it for a couple hours, but it's a very long couple of hours. Nice view, but
to get onto the harbor.
Oh yeah, it looks nice. So it's definitely something special, something that everyone doesn't get to see. You know, everybody inside standing in those positions and CIC and stuff, they don't get to see anything very too interesting. But you know, this is nice. It kind of gets old soon, but it's not that bad. I'd rather be outside than inside. So.
Yeah. So what's your duties on board?
I'm a gunner's mate. I'm a GM3. I have that, and I'm one of the ship's SAR swimmers. So I'm a search and rescue swimmer. That's pretty cool. Just kind of I don't know, waiting. I'm about to take my second class test. I don't know. I'm also putting in my package officer. Hopefully that'll be accepted. But only time can tell, you know. So just kind of living it day by day right now.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What is search and rescue? I mean, I know what the words mean. You said you're a search and rescue.
Swimmer? Oh yeah, yes sir. What that means is each ship has to have at least 2 SAR swimmers, and we happen to have 3. We have a GM, we have a CS, and we have an OS. The OS is actually female. She's only the 7th female in the Navy that does it. But what it is if someone were to happen to fall overboard, we went to a special school, and it's actually located right over there where the Brown building is. And it's a month-long course, but it's definitely very strenuous on yourself. Every day you're gonna get beat down, and so but they teach you some really cool things. You know, I wouldn't want to mess with me in the water. I guess I've definitely learned to be very confident in the water. But other than that, you know, we get a collateral duty for it. We get special pay for it, which is kind of cool. And I mean, everyone really knows you for being a search and rescue swimmer. You know, they always, you know, they're depending on you about swim calls and stuff like that. So it's nice. Definitely, it's given me the opportunity to meet a lot of people. So it's alright. But main job's gunner's mate. I like that. Every boy's dream, you know. So, it's not too bad.
Do you work on the front gun too?
5-inch?
Yeah.
I do. That's my underway watch station. It's 5-inch, so we stand 12-hour watches, and we'll do all the maintenance, weeklies, dailies, you know, 2 weeklies, all that stuff. And you'd be surprised, there's a lot of maintenance that goes into that. You know, luckily we don't really have to mess with the VLS yet, but once we get our load on, then it's gonna be a crazy life for the gunner's mate. So it's fun though. You know, you like working with the small arms, and then when you get the opportunity to work with the bigger guns like the 5-inch and the 25 mics and even the torpedo tubes, it's definitely something really interesting. So a lot of my friends back home don't get to do it, so it's nice to be able to say that. But I don't know, it's not too bad.
So how long have you been on board?
On board, I was going to rescue swimmer school, so I was left behind in San Diego for a couple months last year. I got there in November, and I've been living on board ever since. So actually, hopefully getting a place sometime soon, you know, but once we pull back from Port Hueneme, but that's the biggest thing right now. But it's really a cool life though on board. You know, everybody always hears the bad things about having small racks and all that and the long hours, but you know, it's really cool. You get to know a lot of stuff. There's so many interesting things inside and outside of your work center. So I mean, it's definitely a great opportunity. I really enjoyed it a lot. So
and it's just months from now, we're going to be commissioning it. And you guys are lucky enough to be everybody that arrived around that time.
Yeah, the plank owners and all. I would like to say that we really haven't had many people rotate out, but we were definitely not at full strength in Maine. You know, even still today, we're still getting tidbits from, one person, 2 people from each division. Gunners mates aren't getting any more, but I guess it's been, I think right around September, that's when the most, like the big majority of the people got to Maine to join the ship. But we still are expecting a couple more people in different divisions, and just kind of waiting for that, more help. We're not getting any too bad, but, a lot of other divisions, they're going to get some, so it's definitely going to make their lives a little easier on them, so we're definitely excited about that, too.
Cool. Hey, what's your name?
Timothy Green. I'm a quartermaster, so a lot of navigation.
And where are you from?
Atlanta, Georgia, originally.
And do you have any special plans?
Well, visit my family, get ready for commissioning, painting, etc.
You gonna go out on the town and all?
Yes, I got a few important visits. I want to go to the baseball game they got going on, so kind of excited about that.
BMC Palacios. Yes.
And what's your duties on board?
I'm a chief bosun mate. I'm in charge of all deck evolutions, including hot reps, verb reps, anchoring, pulling into the pier. What else? When we do manhole bores, we're in charge of deploying the personnel need to go with the SAR swimmer. They launch them and then they go rescue the person that falls in the water.
Where's your hometown?
It's in California, city of Albonte.
Where's that?
It's about an hour and a half from Port Hueneme.
Oh.
South. About 3.5 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 3.5 months. I came from, actually, my last duty station was Seal Beach, weapon stations. And then I met the ship in Maine in January. And then I've been staying with them since January.
Do we have any events planned?
Just tomorrow, we're going to be going to the Ronald Reagan Library tour.
Mm-hmm.
And then today, later on, like about 1600, all the chiefs are going to get together and go do some stuff.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for talking to me.
All right, thank you.
Great.
I'm CTR Tula Chance.
And where's your hometown?
I was raised in Michigan.
Michigan, what part?
Saginaw.
Saginaw.
I moved to Texas, Saginaw, Texas, the suburb of Fort Worth.
You went from
before I joined the Navy. Yes, Saginaw. I'm a CTR, and I don't have any duties.
No duties, huh? That's a cushion.
Yes, I've got some duties. Mostly I wasn't prepared for that question, and I don't know how to answer it.
Okay, we'll skip that one.
Okay, great.
You want to come by? Yeah. So, are you looking forward to your trip to Santa Barbara?
Yes, very much so.
Any special events you're hoping to attend?
There's a lot of Comrail projects that are going on throughout the ship. Myself, I'm going to participate in a Habitat for Humanity Comrail, and there's a lot of good stuff going on.
Is your family coming to see you?
Yes, they'll be here in a couple days.
You want to give a shout out to them?
No.
No. Anything I should have asked that I forgot to?
No, mostly I'm real nervous about this whole thing.
Okay. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Lieutenant J.G. Sanchez, Juan Carlos Sanchez. I'm from Boston. I was born in the Dominican Republic, but I'm from the state of Massachusetts, Boston. I'm the assistant supply officer, responsible for the sales division and also the dispersing portion of the supply area. I've been on board nearly 18 months now. I was one of the first officers on board back before we even moved aboard the ship.
And you looking forward to any of the events this next few days?
Looking forward to the commission ceremony.
Yeah.
You know, it will be the conclusion of some hard work, being put in by the supply department, especially because of the sales and all the receptions taking place. So really looking forward to that. I might go to the Dodgers game. I'm not going as part of the tour that we're doing, but I might be going with some friends on our own accord.
Great. Well, thanks for talking to me.
My pleasure.
I'm Chief Petty Officer Rodriguez.
Where are you from?
I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
And what are your duties aboard the ship?
I am the assistant navigator, but basically safely navigating the ship from one port to another. Just looking forward to finishing up the commissioning process and becoming taking the ship underway back to San Diego and making it an asset. I've been on board for about 2 years now.
Great. Well, it was nice to meet you. Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, thank you.
Doing pretty good today.
What's your name?
Gabriel Robador.
And where are you from?
Stewartville, Alabama.
And what are your duties aboard the ship?
I'm an engineman. We fix all the auxiliary systems, ACs, potable water, fix the ribs, stay and watch. That's about it.
Great. Do you have anything special planned in the next 4 days?
Just have a good time, get back to San Diego so I can do my job.
Yeah. You going to the baseball game at all?
No, sir.
You going to the library?
No, sir.
You going on the town?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll see you out there.
All right, then, sir.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Left Maine to come back here.
Maine?
Bath. We left Bath, Maine to come here to San Diego.
Okay.
So it was the only time I was underway with
Hit any major storms or anything?
We actually had some rough waves going in Norfolk. So we actually saw who could actually hang with the rough seas and who couldn't. So we saw people who actually get a little seasick, which is kind of interesting. But other than that, we hit we might have rain maybe twice. It rained like every other hour for a little bit, then it stopped. Jets flying over again.
So how was that trip?
The trip to Panama was very fun. I enjoyed it. Beautiful scenery. We did get some pull and port visits to. We had Boca del Toro, which is one of our. We're actually the first U.S. Navy ship to pull into that port. Bocas del Toro. It's a small city in Panama on the Gulf Coast side.
It must have been fun.
It was really beautiful, really nice.
Yeah.
In some pictures that you see of Fiji, like little huts in the water. Pretty much the same thing there.
Nice.
Really beautiful, really small, quiet town. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's great.
And took a lot of nice tours.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It was well worth it. It's a nice trip around.
Yeah. This is your first enlistment?
Oh yes, sir. It is my first enlistment. I'm actually coming up on the end of my enlistment, but I'm re-enlisting. Then I'll probably re-extend my contract here on the Stockdale. This is why I make it with them on a deployment.
Stay as part of your
package. Well, I have a 3-year commitment to this ship, and so I'll be coming up on my first year in September. So I want to fulfill those other 2 years. Then at least get another deployment in and try to stay here in San Diego. So
That's great, yeah.
I enjoy the ship. It's a brand new ship, high tech.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
But I actually came from a frigate before too when I first came in the Navy. So it was old. Always had problems here and there, but and the size difference too.
Yeah.
Especially at my height, this is a much bigger change for me.
So frigates are small.
They're smaller. POE spaces are a little bit more narrow. Cruisers are actually bigger than us.
Yeah,
So.
my brother was on a cruise.
So they have a little more of a luxury of more space. Like being on a frigate is almost like being on a submarine. More of a tight, confined space, but it's a close-knit group, especially with this ship and the frigate. Smaller ship, more close-knit group you are with your fellow shipmates. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Never want to go to carrier though.
Yeah.
Too many people.
Yeah.
I'm naturally from a large city, so I like to stay somewhere small.
Which city?
I'm originally from Los Angeles, sir.
Oh, okay. So that's cool. You're a local guy.
Yeah, I'm local.
So
now we're doing only 5 knots.
Yeah.
Nice slow ride the rest of the day.
Is that kind of the standard?
Actually no. When we were coming back, we were doing roughly about 15 knots.
Okay.
So we're only doing about 10 knots slower than we normally do. So it's nice, like relaxing cruising speed. So
yeah,
enjoy the scenery.
Yeah.
As long as we pull in close enough to land, and you see land, and it's a nice slow ride, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
What was different when it started rocking? Is it just because we finally got far enough?
We got actually got open water, so
or was
and
it was
it was probably because of high tide, low tide, so the waves were actually coming in.
Oh.
So that's probably why we were hidden. That's probably another. Plus, we were actually going a little faster too, so
Yeah.
we'll tend to rock a little more. But come nighttime, you'll be out like a baby. The rocking, you'll be rocking just like this, or a little rougher, and you're out. So that's the only good part. You look forward to nighttime. It's like, all right, you can go to bed. You're out. Some people will sit there, toss and turn for a few minutes. When we're in port, it's underway. Within a matter of minutes, you're out cold. I enjoy being in the weather. It's fun.
What's your name again?
Chris.
What's your last name?
Oh, you're gonna Lamont. Lamont.
Ashley Lynn McKee, North Idaho.
Very nice. What's your duties aboard the ship?
I'm a quartermaster. I basically help navigate the ship using the charts.
And you looking forward to the activities in the next few days?
Oh yes, should be excited.
Do you have anything special planned?
I'm looking forward to the barbecue with the POWs and the Dodgers game the day after commissioning on Sunday.
Oh, it's on Sunday. I didn't know that.
That's what I heard. Hope so.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Lauren Conrad.
And where are you from?
Newberry Park, California.
And what's your duties aboard the ship?
I'm an operations specialist. I help navigate the ship using radar.
And are you looking forward to the activities the next few days?
I have family up here, so my family will be up here, which is exciting. Yeah.
Where's your family from? Or where's your family?
Newberry Park, which is 20 minutes, half an hour away. So it's exciting.
Very good. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name?
Stu Durflinger. I'm from Palm Springs, California. I am a operations specialist, second class. I work in Combat Information Center. I'm gonna go out, see some of the sights, have a good time.
Great. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
I'm doing good today. Miles Mahan, HT2 Mahan, from San Diego, California, from Lemon Grove area.
How long have you been on board?
Since it's been back in Bath, Maine, and since October 25th or something we were.
And what are your duties aboard the ship?
I'm a hull technician. I deal with the sewage on board. That's my main duty. My wife and my mom and dad are coming up, so should be a good time.
Great.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks for talking to me.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Doing pretty good today.
What's your name?
Gabriel Robadart, Stewartville, Alabama. I'm an engineman. We fix all the auxiliary systems, ACs, potable water, fix the ribs, stand watch, that's about it.
Great. Do you have anything special planned in the next 4 days?
Just have a good time, get back to San Diego so I can do my job.
Yeah. You going to the baseball game at all? You going to the library? You going on the town?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll see you out there.
All right, then, sir.
Okay.
My name's SHSN Davis, from Texas, and been with the Stockdale about a year and a half now.
Great.
Well, about a year. Been in the Navy about a year and a half.
You must have heard my questions already.
No, I haven't.
I didn't ask you anything. You gave me 3 of my answers.
I run the ship's laundry and the barber shop. Also operate the ship's store as well sometimes. So. Well, my family's up here, so I'm gonna go hang out with them and see what we can see.
Great. Have a good time.
All right, appreciate it, sir.
Is that me or? No, you, buddy. Just trying to interview you. Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
I'm Chief FCC Chief Fire Control Chief. Aegis on the Aegis side. Aegis Clash.
What's your hometown?
I'm from El Paso, Texas. Oh yeah, it's very exciting. Commissioned at first pre-com ship and my first commission.
Great.
It's going to be very nice.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
What's your name?
Senior Chief Lopez. I'm from Las Cruces, New Mexico. And currently I'm living in San Diego. I'm the senior enlisted damage control. Train the crew the 5 fires. Train the crew also 5 helicopter fires. And chemical, biological, radiological warfare. Yes, I am. Well, actually, just looking forward, to spend some time with people from Santa Barbara. Spend some time with people from Owanimi. Go out with my shipmates, and have fun. And enjoy the commission ceremony and enjoy the warmth of the people here in Santa Barbara. My first time being here, so it'll be good.
Great, thanks.
My name is Matthew Girth, Farman Girth, USS Stockdale.
And where are you from?
I'm from Olympia, Washington. It's a nice place, it's a good change, nice weather in San Diego. Enjoy being here. My duties
goes aboard the ship. I stand watch. Basically, I make sure that all the potable water, make sure we have clean water for the ship, make sure that we have ample supply of cool systems on the ship. I maintain the small boats here on the USS Stockdale, and I have a great crew, I have a great division. It's fun working here.
You're looking forward to the activities this week? Anything special?
Yeah, my family's coming down. I'm not sure what they've planned for us to do yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Thanks for talking to me.
Scott Jensen, I-21 Scott Jensen. I'm from Sacramento, California. I'm an information systems technician, so I deal with all the communications on board the USS Stockdale. Get out, see what Santa Barbara is all about, you know, meet all the people here, and you know, try to have some fun and watch the ship get commissioned.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, he's going to ask you where you're from and what your duties are.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
What's your name?
Letitia Jenkins.
And where are you from?
I'm from Norwalk, California. Am I supposed to look into that thing?
It don't matter. And what are your duties?
I'm a storekeeper. I'm a storekeeper first class. If you need a part, say at Pep Boys, you need a part for your car, they come into our office and they put the parts on order, and we have about 4 storerooms on board that we carry as many parts as the Navy allows us to, so that we can provide parts to the repairmen, and then they can take down and make the repairs. If we do not carry the parts on board, then we order them for them. Kind of like the service center back in Pep Boys.
And you have any special plans for the next 4 days?
Family's coming up. Actually, I'm catching the Laker game tonight, so go Lakers.
Great.
Getting ready for the playoffs.
With the help of individual and corporate members, the Sea Services become integrated into the local communities they serve and protect. In addition to providing support today to the men and women serving at home and abroad, the Navy League always looks to the future, to today's young people and tomorrow's leaders. Scholarship programs provide financial assistance to the dependents and direct descendants of Sea Service personnel. And Navy League-supported youth programs, such as the Naval Sea Cadet Corps and Navy and Marine Corps Junior ROTC, give thousands of young people the opportunity to develop leadership skills, test their limits, and perhaps prepare for a career in one of the sea services. The need for a strong, vital sea service, recognized by Theodore Roosevelt in 1902, is no less today. The challenges facing our nation have never been greater. More than 100 years later, the Navy League continues to answer the call. Your support makes a difference to our men and women of the sea services who serve today and will serve tomorrow in support of American sea power. As one Secretary of the Navy said, the sun never sets on the Navy League.